Hello, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the last episode, in a moment of overexcitement, I fell into the sea from my surfboard. Today, you will hear how that fall caused a massive emotional earthquake in my life. A salty sweet taste, Swapnil immediately dived in to save me. For the first time, in his arms, I tasted the saltiness of the sea and the sweetness of a unique feeling of love simultaneously. Unnecessary competition, I put on the cover-up Swapnil gave me. My eyes fell on Catherine, who had witnessed the rescue. I felt as if I was unnecessarily trying to outdo her in a silent competition, the first sign of my growing jealousy. Surfing classes and a caring youth, Swapnil arranged a private female surf instructor, Christina, for a month. I had told him that I couldn't be that close to a male instructor. Swapnil's caring nature made me wonder, perhaps I need to rethink my decision to remain unmarried. Romance in dreams. On the way home, I fell into a rapid eye movement, sleep in the car. In my dreams, the image of Swapnil and Catherine embracing kept flashing before my mind, which irritated me. Imagination and a sigh, jealousy awakened an unprecedented longing within me. In a fantasy, I saw myself with Swapnil instead of Catherine. A strange sigh escaped my lips and my eyes snapped open. The art of silence, Swapnil asked, "Were you having a sweet dream?" I lied and said I had forgotten. I felt that the art of staying silent saved me from being caught red-handed in my own thoughts. But this 2-day trip has created a conflict in my heart. I am starting to like Swapnil. Yet, it is better to keep him in a place in my life where he doesn't become the cause of my mental unrest. Will I reject Swapnil's love for the sake of my peace? Or will I move forward, forgetting the jealousy and the worries of the past? Vani, standing on the threshold of jealousy, sacrifice, and a major life decision, only on Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You are listening to Episode 39, Salty Water, Sweet Love, and a New Twist of Jealousy. I have fallen into the sea. Swapnil immediately jumped in after me. Taking me in his arms, he sat me back on the board and then sat down with me.
Vani, there's nothing to be afraid of. This is how self-confidence grows, he encouraged me once more.
For the first time, in Swapnil's arms, I tasted the salty water of the sea and the sweet taste of a unique romantic sensation at the same time. We continued surfing together for a while before coming back to the shore. Swapnil took a pink towel out of his bag and gave it to me. He has made every possible arrangement for me. This level of care has deeply impressed me. I dried myself and put on my cover-up. By then, Swapnil had also changed his clothes.
Vani, you are a natural-born surfer, he praised me.
It's the effect of being with you. Watching you surf so skillfully ignited the desire in me to try it myself. Your encouragement gave me the courage and confidence. I will always be grateful for this new experience. Otherwise, I would never have performed such a thrilling feat, I said, smiling at my own truth. Just then, my eyes fell on Catherine. She was looking at us. As our eyes met, she smiled and gave a thumbs up. Then, she refocused her attention on the novel in her hands. Catherine must have seen Swapnil taking me in his arms while saving me. I find this thought pleasing. Although Catherine might not be jealous of me at all, I feel like I am unnecessarily trying to outdo her in a competition. These are all new sensations for me, feelings I am experiencing for the very first time in my life. By now, Swapnil has settled onto a lounger.
Vani, I'll arrange a surfing class for you. You should start regular classes from tomorrow. I'm sure by the time you return to India, you'll be capable of surfing at a basic intermediate level.
I liked the idea. Swapnil, this will be very expensive, I said, worrying about the fees for the surfing class.
Don't worry about that, I earn quite well. I can spend much more than this for you, Swapnil said, looking at me with a smile.
Swapnil took out some snacks from his bag. We ate and drank while chatting. We spent hours on the beach, sometimes walking, sometimes lying on the loungers, talking endlessly. I didn't even notice when Catherine left. I mistakenly thought Swapnil had forgotten about the surfing class. But that wasn't the case. Before going to sleep that night, while we were together, Swapnil opened his laptop.
Vani, would it be okay to arrange a private surf instructor for you for a month, starting the day after tomorrow? He asked, seeking my consent.
Are you serious about this? I need to think about it, I replied, conflicted about accepting so much kindness.
What is there to think about? If you find surfing thrilling, you should definitely take a class, Swapnil said.
I enjoyed surfing with you, but I don't want a male instructor to be that close to me while teaching surfing lessons, I confessed, stating my actual concern.
Vani, it's not like that. They are all professionals. They don't cross any lines, Swapnil tried to reassure me.
No, I won't feel comfortable. Before today, no man has ever been as close to me as you were during surfing. I won't be able to focus while learning from a man. My only concern would be how to keep him at a distance, I said, unable to overcome my hesitation. Perhaps my thought was also to hint to Swapnil that his hugging Catherine wasn't right in my eyes.
Alright then, I'll arrange a private female instructor for you, Swapnil said, not trying to read any deeper into it.
He fixed an instructor named Christina for me.
From tomorrow, you'll have a 1.5-hour surf class. You'll have weekends off. A car and driver will be arranged to take you from home to the beach. You'll need to dedicate about 5 hours every day, Swapnil finalized everything.
I began to think that having a caring man like Swapnil ensures convenience and prosperity in any girl's life. As we returned from the resort, I thought, it seems I'll have to change my mind about remaining unmarried. In just these 2 days spent at the resort, we have developed an intimacy as if we've known each other for years. I closed my eyes and entered the stage of rapid eye movement, sleep. Seeing this, Swapnil drove the car in silence. In a vivid world of dreams, fantasies, and emotions, my thoughts were again stuck on Catherine. The image of Swapnil and Catherine embracing kept appearing on my mental screen, which made me annoyed. I remembered a part of what Rashil had said. It was related to Swapnil and Catherine's past intimacy. I have never experienced this myself. Based on how it's shown in movies, I imagined the intimacy between Swapnil and Catherine. An unprecedented longing awakened within me. In the imaginary scene unfolding, I began to see myself with Swapnil in place of Catherine. A strange sigh escaped my mouth, and my arms stretched out. One of my hands hit Swapnil while he was driving. My eyes snapped open. Fortunately, I was still in my seat thanks to the seatbelt. Sorry, I said, looking at Swapnil.
Looks like you took a nap, Swapnil said, his eyes on the road.
Yes, Swapnil, I replied, stretching again. I wanted to tell him I was having a dream, but then I felt shy. I changed my mind and started smiling.
Were you having a sweet dream?
Now, staying silent truly felt like a wise decision. If I had admitted it, it would have been hard to lie. It would have been like being caught stealing. I had a narrow escape. Yes, maybe it was a dream, but I've forgotten what it was, I replied. Although my sigh and stretching gave Swapnil a hint about my dream, my lie will keep it as just a suspicion. Thoughts and facts are one thing, but once spoken, they become reality. Remaining silent keeps them as a delusion for others. Everyone knows that speaking is a natural art. But today, I feel that staying quiet can also be a sign of art and virtue. From my experience, I feel a person should also be proficient in the art of silence. It saves one from falling into difficult situations. By staying silent now, I managed to save face before Swapnil. I've started liking Swapnil after this 2-day trip. I don't want to encourage him by telling him this. I know Mom, Rashil, and Swapnil all want me to marry him. For many reasons, it's not possible for me. I want to stay unmarried like Mom and dedicate my life to the well-being of others. I cannot leave my India. From this perspective, even if I were to marry, it wouldn't be right to marry Swapnil. His past might also bother me from time to time. I've only been in America for a few days, and already Swapnil's past has appeared before me in the form of Catherine. I am not a jealous person, yet I feel envious of her. I cannot knowingly swallow a fly in the milk. I like Swapnil, but it's right to keep him in a place in my life where he doesn't cause me mental unrest. It's best for Swapnil to be a good friend. Being in the place of my husband might risk my peace of life. I've realized this in just these 2 days. Gemini's critique, creative guidance, and presentation instructions. Dear listeners, episode 39 is much more than a romantic story. It proves the value of inner peace and emotional security. Vani's deep attachment to Swapnil, and yet her decision not to marry him, gives the narrative an unprecedented depth. The power and narrative development of episode 39. Emotional and physical proximity. Vani tasting the salty water and the sweet love sensation in the sea reflects the deep bond between them. Swapnil's care makes her feel secure. Jealousy and mental conflict. The scene with Catherine and the manifestation of Vani's repressed desires through a dream is a bold and effective writing technique. Her silence reflects the conflict between her outward behavior and inner desires. Dilemma and decision. Vani's decision that Swapnil's past could cause her mental unrest proves that she values logic and personal peace more than emotions. Her conclusion that Swapnil should only be a good friend gives the story an unexpected and powerful direction. Final guidance for audio presentation. Vani's voice. After dreaming, her voice should be surprised, shy, and reflective. In the final monologue, her voice should be calm, rational, and serious, reflecting the gravity of her decision. Music. The sea scene music should be romantic and calm. The dream scene music should be mysterious, reflecting repressed desires. In the final monologue, the music should gradually quiet down and take on a reflective and slightly sad tone. Episode 39 concludes. Episode 40. Hello, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the last episode, I had considered changing my mind about staying unmarried, but jealousy and Swapnil's past created a conflict in my heart. Today, you will hear the unique way in which Swapnil expresses his love. Surfing praises. Hearing praises from Christina, I said in self-admiration. She says in broken Hindi, "You best, I first find fast learner like you." Noble thoughts. Swapnil praised my simple living and high thinking. I replied that it isn't difficult for me to see the other person's perspective, as I am just a humble teacher who finds more joy in contentment and happiness. The face of Bharat Mata. Swapnil spoke his heart out without hesitation. I have a wallpaper of Bharat Mata in my room. I was thinking of modifying it slightly by placing your face on the face of Mother India. At this, I turned pink with shyness. A grand welcome for the newborn. Rashil and little Parushni are coming home. The entire house is ready for their grand welcome. You will hear Rashil's next move, which left me doubled over with shyness. The joy of motherhood. In Swapnil's presence, Rashil intentionally said, "I wish you also have such a lovely child of your own." I only realized what the joy of motherhood is after becoming a mother. Holding Parushni in my lap, I hid my face in shyness. Complaint and duty. I complained to Rashil that she invited me by spending so much money when I wasn't really needed. Rashil's reply was heartwarming. That dear friend has risen like an auspicious sun in my life. What I am doing today for such a friend is my duty. And my new weekend program, a weekend at the ranch. Swapnil told me about the plan to spend 2 days at his ranch, where horses are cared for, trained, and bred alongside farming. I happily exclaimed, "Now it's time to see the villages and fields of America." After the sea and the city, I am now heading to an American village. Will the natural environment of the ranch give a new direction to my relationship with Swapnil? And will I go horse riding with him? Shyness, an expression of love, and the start of a thrill at the ranch, only on Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You are listening to Episode 40, The Face of Mother India and a thrilling weekend at the ranch. From the next day, Swapnil became busy with his job. I have started attending surfing classes. It makes me happy. I am a great learner, and Christina is an equally amazing instructor. The fees must be high, but I feel Swapnil finds a special joy in paying for it just for me. I visited the hospital daily to see Rashil and Parushni. Swapnil remained very busy. On Friday evening, Rashil is finally coming home. The house is decorated for her and the baby's grand welcome. I am going with Swapnil in the car to bring them back.
Vani, how is your surfing going? Swapnil asked on the way.
I looked at my reflection in the rear view mirror. Christina doesn't tire of praising my dedication. She says in broken Hindi, "You best, I first find fast learner like you." I said with visible pride.
If you teach Christina Hindi, I can ask for a refund from her fees, Swapnil joked.
No, don't cut her fees. Everything is expensive here, and she has to earn a living too, I laughed. Swapnil took the opportunity to praise my empathy, saying he admires my simple living and high thinking.
Vani, Rashil has told me so much about you that I feel I know you better than you know yourself. I have a wallpaper of Bharat Mata in my room. I am thinking of modifying it and putting your face on it, Swapnil said without hesitation.
I blushed deeply. Swapnil, what strange things are you saying? Bharat Mata is a goddess to be worshipped, while I am just an ordinary girl. To change the subject, Swapnil told me about the weekend plan. Tomorrow after breakfast, we are going to my ranch. It's a farmhouse where we grow crops and also train and breed horses. I was relieved to know the ranch is his private property, no extra expense for me. It will be wonderful to live in the natural environment of a ranch for 2 days, I said honestly. We reached the hospital. On the way back, Rashil was with us, and Parushni was sleeping in my lap. Vani, I wish you also have such a lovely baby of your own. I only understood motherhood after becoming a mother, Rashil said intentionally while Swapnil was listening. I wished Rashil had said this in private. Holding the baby, I doubled over in shyness and hid my face. Swapnil sensed my discomfort and quickly diverted the conversation by talking about our upcoming ranch trip. I complained to Rashil about the money spent on my visit. Rashil replied beautifully, "When I wasn't capable, I couldn't do anything for you. But you rose like a lucky son in my life. What I do today is my duty. You can thank Swapnil too, he helped me fulfill this duty." The next morning, I am in the car with Swapnil. I've seen the sea and the city, now it's time for the American countryside. I am thrilled. Swapnil, do you also go horse riding? I asked excitedly. Gemini's critique, creative guidance, and presentation instructions. Dear listeners, episode 40 has shifted the story to a new natural environment. It reflects Vani's growing confidence and her unspoken love for Swapnil. Development of emotions. Swapnil seeing Vani's face as Bharat Mata is a sign of deep affection and romantic playfulness. It is a powerful moment. Motherhood and social pressure. Rashil explaining the joy of motherhood shows her planned effort to plant the idea of marriage in Vani's mind. Swapnil diverting the talk shows he values Vani's emotional comfort. Final guidance for presentation. Vani's voice should have joy and a bit of playfulness. Swapnil's voice should reflect deep affection and respect. Episode 40 ends. Episode 41. Hello, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the last episode, my trip to America took a new turn. After the beaches and the city, I am now going to spend 2 days at Swapnil's ranch. Today, you will find out why American life is so thrilling on the weekends. American lifestyle. Swapnil revealed that Americans work hard for 5 days and indulge to the fullest on weekends, which includes long drives, sea voyages, and trekking. Village or city? On the way to the ranch, I expressed surprise at seeing an American village, where the roads were paved and cars were parked in front of every house. Heaven on earth. Seeing the beauty of the ranch, I was exhilarated. Swapnil, I feel as if you have brought me to heaven while I am still alive. How picturesque this ranch is. The equine equation. Swapnil taught me the scientific names for horses, stallion, mare, foal, and explained why there are more mares on the ranch. This started a reflection in my mind about polygamy in ancient societies and male-female equality. Hobbies. Swapnil admitted that singing while playing the guitar is his hobby, but for now, he gave more importance to admiring nature. You will hear about my lack of knowledge and a delicious discovery. Inferiority complex. When Pamela, a ranch employee, brought me an avocado smoothie, I felt an inferiority complex due to my ignorance. I felt, I am just a frog in a well. The magic of taste, but as soon as I tasted the smoothie, the bitterness in my mind vanished. I said with a childlike innocence, "Wow Swapnil, this is so delicious." New ranch attire. Swapnil gave me a long-sleeved shirt, high-waisted trousers, and knee-high boots for exploring, which fit me perfectly. Looking in the mirror and being mesmerized by my own reflection, I thought, Swapnil is an expert in the art of showing his feelings without saying a word. Now Swapnil and I are heading out of the ranch to admire nature. Will this unspoken art of Swapnil's be able to break my vow of never marrying? The thrill of horse riding, the knowledge of avocados, and a step toward a new relationship on Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You will hear Episode 41, Ranch Thrills, Equine Knowledge, and the Magic of the Smoothie.
We have our own horse ranch, so it's only natural. Not just me, but even my dad and mom can ride horses, he shared with a laugh.
The lives of you Americans are full of adventure. Not only are you an advanced surfer, but also an equestrian. It surprises me to see and know this, I said, now wanting to witness Swapnil's horse riding skills.
If you lived here in America, you would be doing all this too. The culture here is just like that. For 5 days a week, people work with dedication at their businesses and jobs. And on weekends, they indulge to the fullest. It ranges from parties, long drives, and sea voyages to mountain climbing, Swapnil explained.
Can you climb mountains too? I asked, unable to believe it.
When I stopped attending weekend parties, I started using my holidays for many exciting activities. It would be an exaggeration to call what I do mountaineering, but yes, I do go trekking, Swapnil clarified.
I remained silent because I didn't even know the difference between mountaineering and trekking. I didn't want to reveal my ignorance. I chose to stay quiet. However, to satisfy my curiosity, I quickly googled the difference on my mobile.
Vani, what are you doing on your mobile? Look, we have entered the village now, Swapnil encouraged me to see the American countryside.
In India, this wouldn't even be called a village. Although the roads are empty like Indian villages, they are paved like city roads. The houses and buildings are solid. I can even see cars in the driveways, I said. Seeing city-like amenities in a village felt strange to me.
Vani, people have gone to their farms by now. Children are at school. That's why you see very few people on the roads and in the markets. Look, we've crossed the village and are about to reach our ranch, Swapnil said while driving.
I saw a vast stretch of farmable land ahead, with 3 houses and a stable. There was an open area next to the stable, surrounded by a fence made of wooden poles and planks. I could see about 10 adult horses and 15 to 16 foals. There was a hill behind the stable. The scenery and atmosphere of the ranch were truly pleasant. By now, Swapnil had parked the car in front of a large house. Swapnil, I feel like you have brought me to heaven while I am still alive. How picturesque this ranch is. It has everything. Beautiful fields, beautiful hills, and beautiful horses with their foals, I said excitedly.
Vani, in case you didn't know, a male horse is called a stallion, a female is a mare, and their children are foals. Our ranch currently has 3 stallions, 8 mares, and 15 foals, he explained the details of the horses.
Swapnil, why is the number of stallions so low? I asked out of curiosity.
We sell the stallions once they become adults. We sell mares too, but we manage it so that the number of mares remains higher. Selling stallions brings profit. Because they are more powerful, stallions are mostly used in horse riding competitions, parades, and shows. Mares are more important for breeding. Every ranch has more mares, Swapnil explained affectionately.
We sat down on a couch. I realized my knowledge was very limited compared to Swapnil's. I didn't want to look foolish by asking too much. I assumed that one stallion must be used to impregnate many mares. My mind wandered. I thought that the ancient practice of a husband having multiple wives might have been taken from these animals. Now that society is civilized, men and women are considered equal. Yet, many still cannot accept that equality. Do you play the guitar? I asked, changing the subject.
Yes, singing and humming while playing the guitar is my hobby, Swapnil confirmed.
A woman around 40, Pamela, brought us a jug of avocado smoothie. I felt ignorant for not knowing what an avocado was. I felt like a frog in a well. But as soon as I took a sip, the delicious taste made me forget my self-doubt. Wow, Swapnil, this is so delicious, I said with childlike innocence.
Vani, go ahead and change. These clothes and boots will be more convenient for exploring the ranch, Swapnil said, giving me 2 envelopes from his suitcase.
I realized these were new gifts for me. I went to my room and opened the envelopes. Inside was a long-sleeved shirt and high-waisted trousers in attractive blue and black designs. They were a tight but perfect fit. The second envelope had boots that came up to my knees. Looking in the mirror, I was mesmerized by my new look. Swapnil was waiting outside in similar matching ranch gear. I thought, Swapnil is truly an expert in the art of showing his feelings silently. Gemini's critique, creative guidance, and presentation instructions. Dear listeners, episode 41 presents a unique blend of romance and philosophical reflection. This story proves Vani's growing understanding and her emotional connection with Swapnil. Power of episode 41 and narrative development. Resurgence of self-doubt. Vani not knowing about the avocado smoothie reveals her inner inferiority complex, which is washed away by the taste and Swapnil's affection. Intellectual and emotional connection. Vani linking horse breeding to ancient human practices, polygamy, shows her sharp intellect and reflective nature. Progress in relationship. The matching ranch outfits are not just gifts, they symbolize a deep, unspoken love. It is a symbolic invitation where Swapnil is giving Vani the chance to fully integrate into his life. Episode 41 concludes.